Welcome to another episode of Transform Perspective with Kyra Weathersby. The sun is shining. Today is really nice. It's like 75 degrees where I am. And the only horrible part about it is just a couple days ago it was 40 and it keeps doing like this back and forth thing. It's like, oh my. And then the time went back and the seasons have changed, but it's still like adjusting. But I feel like the weather hasn't been consistent in years. So, concerning. But today is a beautiful day, so I will recognize that. Thank you for joining me for this episode. I really appreciate it. Whether you're new and you've never listened to my podcast before, or whether you keep up with my podcast every week, just thank you for being here. I truly appreciate it. And I hope that you are having a great day, or at least just good. Your well being is good, your health, your wealth, you're all good, mind, body, and soul. So, yeah, it's really good to check in with yourself. Just thinking about that because recently I've been like reflecting on how often I check in with myself or how I'm talking to myself and treating myself. Because I noticed that there was a lot of judgment and just snappiness when it comes to like my inner voice and, you know, inner dialogue and how I talk to myself. And I'm just like, I would not allow someone outside of me to speak to me this way. So why do I speak to myself in this manner? Why do I speak to myself like this? Because the same voice that was speaking to me talking to me, if someone was saying those same things outside of me, it would be on and popping. It would not be a good situation. So I'm just like, why do I talk to myself that way? Like it's not that big of a deal. It's okay. It was about like the simplest thing, a conversation I had. And then, for example, like going to the gym if I feel tired and I can't finish my workout. And what I plan to do is kind of like, I beat myself up and be like, oh my goodness, you're being lazy, or like you always do this. And, you need to keep going, but you're giving up, da da da. Just like that voice. And everybody has that. Some people recognize it and some people don't. But that's you, and it's coming from a place and not a very light, happy place. And that's okay. But just really trying your best to bring in that awareness and recognize how you are talking to yourself. Because it's huge and it is internal and it can easily be unseen. It can easily be dismissed as normal. But it's not normal to constantly put yourself down, to judge yourself, to criticize yourself, because then it becomes a mindset and it becomes your life and how you live. And that is exactly what the world will reflect to you through what you do, through where you go, through people that you're around. It gets reflected to you. So it's really important to go within and try your best to be aware in your day-to-day life of how you speak to yourself and how you show up for yourself. Because it usually starts in the mind with the thoughts, with the emotions, with how you speak to yourself. And if you wouldn't take that type of treatment or way of speaking from anybody else, don't do it to yourself. It does not make any sense. And it seems like sometimes it can seem very small, but it adds up. Just like I said with the example of going to the gym and working out. If you cannot finish that rep, that is okay. You showed up to the gym. You don't have to beat yourself up for not finishing something or for not getting where you want to go. It can be a small task, a day-to-day thing, or a huge goal, or just life itself. But please be gentle with yourself. Just a reminder, be gentle, be kind, deep breath. It is okay. I'm really reminding myself of that because it can just not even be a thing for you. It can go unnoticed. And developing that type of mindset can be detrimental and hard to get out of. And I know that from experience. So I hope that you are being kind and loving to yourself because you deserve it. And the more you treat yourself with love, respect, kindness, and be gentle, that is how other people will treat you as well. And we can't wait for other people to treat us how we want to be treated. We need to start with ourselves and treat us that way, and then not put up with anything else. Not to put up with anything else, but it starts with you. If you aren't respecting yourself, loving yourself, being kind, being gentle, like I said, then you won't have those boundaries for other people, or you won't know what that looks like. You won't be able to tell the difference. And we go through many life lessons, a lot of us, when it comes to that. Treat others how you want to be treated, the golden rule. And I feel like that is one of the keys to life, is really just treating yourself how you want others to treat you, treating yourself how you deserve to be treated. I'm kind of mixing up the golden rule, but it starts with you. It starts with going within. It starts with self. Of course, treat other people kind, be patient and gentle with them. But you'll notice that if you don't do that with yourself, it is really hard to do it with other people. Really hard. That's why they say, like, it's not just about forgiving somebody else. It's about forgiving you first. Because you can't forgive somebody else if you haven't forgiven yourself. Like, it will not work. Like, it starts within, and then you're able to have that compassion, love, and care for other people in whatever way, in whatever parts of your life, whatever the situation or case may be. As within, so without. But it starts in here, and the outside reflects that. And that's really cool and very complex. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it, because I feel like you can be really kind and loving to other people, but then be hurting yourself in the midst of it. And I guess you could see that with like people pleasing and stuff, where you're like giving your all to other people and showing up for them. Meanwhile, you're putting yourself, your needs, and your priorities on the back burner. And so you're really hurting yourself, even though you're helping other people. And so there's an imbalance there. And then there's, the opposite, where you are putting yourself first, but neglecting other people. So you find that balance. But you truly have to start within first in order to get anywhere. They also say that with love, like you have to love yourself fully in order to love someone else. But I definitely think that gets confused, when it comes to love, or the word love. And that's a huge thing that I'm learning, that I'll probably get into in another episode, what love means and how we all have different views of what that even is. So, yeah, it takes time. For me, recently, seeing how I talk to myself, and this has not always been the case, but just recently, especially when it comes to comparing and looking at where other people are, or not even just looking at what other people are, but comparing yourself to where you think you should be. Oh, like I'm 25, and I need to have this or have that. And I know in the last episode that I kind of got into, I think it was one of the episodes where I was talking about something along those lines. I don't know why I can't remember it, but comparing and just kind of saying like, oh, I think it was the episode where I was talking about being an adult, and comparing shows up in that way too. But generally speaking, comparing and saying, okay, this person is there, I'm not there yet, I'm less than, or putting yourself down because it, or trying to strive to be someone or get something that maybe isn't for you, or maybe it is but not yet. And I feel like when it comes to the negative self-talk and that voice in your head that's kind of just mental and stuff, that plays a huge role when it comes to comparing and where you are. I've noticed within myself that there can be a lot of dissatisfaction with the present moment. And that creates hell. Like that creates like torment for yourself. And yes, we can point fingers and blame. And I'm not saying other people don't play a role in our lives and in our struggle. And I'm just saying it does start with you, and you play a big role in how your life goes and what you feel and what you're going through. Um, Not necessarily, it's not that you can really control what happens to you, but you do have a say in how you approach it, how you respond. Um, and so I've seen that a lot when it comes to comparing and like self talk. It's like, I have the power to change this, especially when you become aware of it. It's like, okay, I'm aware of it. Now I can make some changes, not forcefully, but I can look at it and do something different. I can see it and choose something different. So if you're putting yourself down, you can choose to recognize that, because it's probably going to take a while to transition into um, talking to yourself a different way, especially when you are in challenging times, okay? Or small tasks, like I said, day to day. But the more you practice and the more you train and reprogram your mind to just be kinder and be gentle, you'll start to embody that kindness, that gentleness, that patience with yourself, and then you'll see it with other people. But that has been very helpful, is pointing the finger at myself first, not blaming and putting yourself down, but just saying, hey, what's going on within? When I say within, I mean what's going on in your mind, what's going on in your heart, in your spirit, what's coming up for you. The stuff within is things that cannot be heard or seen really by other people unless you express it. So people don't know how to read your mind. I mean, unless you have certain abilities and stuff. But people don't know what you're feeling, what you're thinking, what you've been through. These are all things that we've experienced outside of ourselves, but there's also an internal world that we have where we experience these things that other people can't see. And so it's up to us to address that, to face that. And when we do so, try our best to be kind, be patient, and be gentle with ourselves in the process. Because if you're not, it's going to be 10 times harder to look at it, to accept it, to love it, to forgive you. So when it comes to being gentle and being kind, it seems like such a simple thing, and it can be, but it may take some time, especially if that's not how you've been showing up for yourself and other people. But yeah, when it comes to comparing, it can make it really difficult to do that, because you're constantly looking at where someone else is or where you think you should be, without just taking a deep breath and recognizing how far you've come and how far you've grown. And within my life, I've seen how there's always this constant rush to go to the next thing, do the next thing. And you're accomplishing and doing all these beautiful, big things, but it goes unnoticed or it goes unrecognized. Maybe you did it, you set a big goal, you do it, and then like down the line, you kind of forget that you did it. And then you're back to, okay, what's next? What's next? But sometimes you got to slow it down and say, hey, I have grown so much. I have gone through so much. I have accomplished so many things. I'm a beautiful being. I'm here. I'm now. Reflecting on the past, also having goals for the future, but also being here and present and now, and saying, I'm good today. I'm breathing. I'm doing well. I have come a long ways, kind of reflecting on how far you've been and just being gentle, you know? Treating yourself, showing up for yourself in a loving and kind way, because that's what you deserve, not just because of the things that you've accomplished or done in your life. It's just because that's just what you deserve. Um, so I'm really learning to incorporate that and just sit back and be like, hey, I've come a long ways. Let me relax. Everybody deserves a break. Just breathe. It's okay. There's constantly this go, 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 go type of mindset, and it can get tiring. And in the process of that, we can start comparing, be unsatisfied with where we are. A lot of negative self-talk can come in. And it's just like, be nice, be kind, pause. A lot of that stuff is not that serious. And if it is, your negative self talk is not going to help you um, get through it or accomplish it or experience it in the ways that you want to. So yeah, just be gentle, be kind. I think it's so simple, but it is so helpful. And I'm realizing more and more that everybody has their own path. Everybody moves at their own pace. There's not a wrong or right way about, what am I trying to say? There's not a right or wrong way when it comes to how you go about life. So, wherever you are in life is exactly where you are meant to be. Now, that may be hard to believe and it may feel weird to accept that. But if you were meant to be anywhere else, you would be there. So wherever you are right now is where you are meant to be. Now, whether you can accept that or not is what determines whether you will be at peace or not, whether you will be tormented and depressed and down or not. And we go through our challenges and our phases in life where sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down. That's just what it is. But being able to accept where you are and accept that you're always where you're meant to be, even if you feel like you kind of go off track, that's a part of your journey, which is now, being here and experiencing life now. Um, so yeah, regardless, you are where you're meant to be. Be kind, be gentle with yourself. That's really kind of just what I wanted to express because that's something I've been telling myself. And it is so important to just be like, it's okay. It's okay. Deep breath. Make sure you're taking care of your mind, body, and your spirit in the ways that align and work best for you. You cannot live anybody else's life. You can only live yours. And we're all here to learn about how to truly live. Living goes beyond just things and accomplishments. And no, living is your breath that comes out of your lungs every day and the breath that you take in. That's life. And you can always return to that breath if you want to be present or reminded of the here and now, and that you're exactly where you're meant to be. That right there has helped me be kind and be gentle with myself. Because you beating yourself up is not going to help you in any way. It'll only tear you down. It may be a part of just what you're going through in your journey, and that's fine. But eventually, at some point, you will recognize that, like, it's okay. You live and you learn. Life happens. I'm here, I'm breathing. It doesn't always feel good, but that doesn't mean that I'm not good. And when you're not good, it's okay. It's just like everything is okay. Be kind and be gentle with yourself. So, yes, I just wanted you to know that. And thank you again. And yeah, mind your business, stay in your lane, and be kind to yourself. Okay? Because that is how you learn boundaries. That is how you learn what works for you, what's best for you, how you want to be treated. It starts with how you treat yourself. It starts with how you talk to yourself. And so if you're struggling with that, like I realized recently, take small steps each and every day to reprogram your mind, to show up in new ways, to speak to yourself in new ways. I have affirmations on my YouTube channel that you could check out, as well as meditations. Those have always helped me to listen to morning affirmations or night affirmations where I can just speak positive things. No, everything is not butterflies and rainbows, okay? It is not. But that doesn't mean that when you recognize something like negative self-talk, that you can't replace it with something that may be more beneficial, like talking to yourself with love and care. That doesn't mean that the negative talk isn't there. It is there, but you can see it, recognize it, be aware of it, and say, I'd rather talk to myself like this. Like, talk to me nicely. Come on now. And so affirmations help. Those will be on YouTube. I haven't posted any on Spotify, but they are on YouTube at Transform Perspective. I have plenty of affirmations, plenty of meditations, and that's just an example of a small step that you can take to incorporate positive energy, positive talk into your life and for yourself. So definitely check that out. Let me know what you think. Comment below. Any other tips that you have done in the past to kind of help yourself with negative self-talk, any ways that you are kind and gentle with yourself. And yeah, anything else you want to share, feel free to comment it or email me. Recently, I just want to add this before I go. I made a free 15-minute guided meditation for deep relaxation. All you have to do is click the link, and I will probably upload it here, but it's also on YouTube under every video in the description. You click on the link for the free 15-minute meditation. It'll take you to a page where all you do is type in your email, and then that free meditation will be sent to you shortly after. It's for deep relaxation. It's 15 minutes. And this is a way that you can be kind and gentle to yourself. Even if you don't meditate, even if you're new to it, it's only 15 minutes, and you can just give it a try and let me know what you think. But that is a way that you can be kind and gentle to yourself and kind of start to incorporate this in your life and make it a habit, make it normal. Because if it's normal for you to negative self-talk, it can be normal for you to talk to yourself in a kind and gentle, positive way. So definitely click the link below so you can get that free 15-minute guided meditation, because I made it just for you, because who wouldn't want to do a free meditation? And on Transform Perspective, I have plenty of meditations, but they're typically 5, 7, and 10 minutes. None of them are longer than 10 minutes. So if you want something a little bit longer, or you just want to try it and just go into a deep relaxation, unwind, be here and now, definitely click the link, type in your email, and check it out. Once you do that, you will get updated on the latest content that I post and anything going on with Transform Perspective, but I promise you it won't be an overload of email. So, because I don't like that. So definitely check out that free 15-minute guided meditation. Send me your email, and yeah, you will be a part of my email list, and I will keep you updated. So don't worry. Let me know what you think about this episode. Remember to be kind and gentle to yourself, because you deserve it. You deserve it, okay? There is no why, okay? Because you just do. There's no explanation for it. You just deserve to be loved, to be cared for, and to be treated nicely. So do it to yourself, and other people will do it to you. Don't just do it to yourself because other people will do it to you. Just do it in general, and yeah, you get the gist of it. But I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And before I go, remember, it is not about perfection, but committing to expansion. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe, follow, share, like. Go listen to that free 15-minute meditation that I made just for you. And yeah, have a great, amazing, beautiful, wonderful day. And be kind. Bye.